Bitcoin is back in the headlines, but this time not because it crashed. As of today, one Bitcoin is worth over $117,000. Sounds wild, right? Most people assume it's too late, but what if I told you that owning just zero point 0.1 Bitcoin, yes, 1/10, could still be the smartest financial move you ever make? Not hype, just hard facts, real economics, and a shift in how money works. What is zero point 0.1 Bitcoin worth today? Today, one BTC equals $117,887. So zero point 0.1 BTC is worth $11,788. That's no pocket change, but here's what matters. You don't need to buy it all at once. You don't need a whole coin. You just need to own a piece. And zero point 0.1 BTC puts you in a top tier of holders. Scarcity is the real asset. Bitcoin is hard capped at 21 million. That's all that will ever exist. And over 19.6 million are already mined. Now consider this. There are 56 million millionaires globally. Even if each one wanted just one BTC, there wouldn't be enough to go around. Zero point 0.1 BTC may sound small, but in a world where demand is rising and supply is fixed, even small slices become incredibly valuable. Price history tells the story. In 2010, Bitcoin was less than $1. In 2013, it hit $1,000. In 2017, $20,000. By 2021, it crossed $60,000. People doubted it at every stage, and many missed out because of that. Today, Bitcoin sits at over $117,000. If that sounds like a bubble, think again. Every major cycle followed adoption by users, institutions, and even governments. And if past trends continue, zero point 0.1 BTC could realistically be worth $50,000, $100,000, or even more in the next 5 to 10 years. Why 0.1 BTC may be enough? Let's say Bitcoin hits $500,000 in the next decade, a figure many experts now consider plausible. Your 0.1 BTC now worth $50,000. If it hits $1 million, you're sitting on $100,000, all from a small early investment. The key is accumulation over time. You don't need to dump $11,000 right now. Many Americans could build their way to 0.1 BTC through consistent weekly investments, $50, $100, even $25 at a time. Bitcoin versus other assets. Gold protects against inflation, but it doesn't grow. Stocks are great, but they're deeply tied to company earnings and economic cycles. Real estate, powerful, but expensive and illiquid. Bitcoin is digital property. You can take it. Understanding digital wealth, keeping your money in a savings account earns you less than 1% interest. Meanwhile, inflation eats away 3 to 6% per year. You're losing wealth slowly, invisibly. Bitcoin doesn't promise steady interest. It offers asymmetric upside. That means your small investment has a chance to grow 10x or more while your downside is capped at your initial amount. How to start building towards 0.1 BTC. Here's how everyday Americans can build their 0.1 BTC stack. Dollar cost averaging, DCA, buy small amounts weekly or monthly on apps like Strike, Swan Bitcoin, Cash App, or Coinbase. Set it and forget it. Automate your purchases so you're not tempted to time the market. Use Bitcoin cashback apps. Earn BTC while shopping with cards like Fold or services like Lolly. Security matters. Once you've built a few $1,000s worth, transfer it to a hardware wallet like Ledger or Trezor to keep it safe. Risks you should understand. Bitcoin isn't risk-free. It can be volatile. Prices can swing 10% in a day. Technically challenging. Lose your wallet keys and it's gone. Regulatory uncertainty. Governments may crack down. though US policy is increasingly supportive. But with the right knowledge, these risks are manageable, and the reward, potentially life changing. Uh, is it too late to buy Bitcoin? People said it was too late at $1,000, then $10,000, then $50,000, and now at $117,000. People are still asking, "Did I miss it?" Here's the truth: the adoption curve still has a long way to go. Global Bitcoin ownership is less than 5%. We're still early. Conclusion, let's recap. Zero point 0.1 Bitcoin today is worth about 11,788, but its potential value could reach $50 to $100,000 or more in the next decade. It's scarce, digital, borderless, and growing in adoption every year. If you're looking for a hedge, an asset outside of the broken financial system, and a shot at long term wealth, start with what you can afford, work your way up to zero point 0.1 BTC. That zero point 0.1 might be your ticket to generational wealth. Like this video, if it gave you a new perspective, share it with someone who thinks they're too late, and subscribe for more practical financial content made for everyday Americans.